Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're looking for a home here in Hilton Head Island, this is actually a great video for you. So today we're actually going to walk you through a property here that's actually in the Palmetto Dunes community. And we're going to show you a little more behind the scenes. You know, this is one of the greatest things about this channel, obviously, is that we get to kind of take you into some of these gated communities without you even having to leave your couch. So today we're actually going to show you a property that is second row. So when we say second row, we have oceanfront property, and then the next set of homes there just off the beach is what we call second homes, and then third and fourth and so on and so forth. You get the idea. But anyway, super excited about this video today for you guys. And as always, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure that you do that, as well as tap the bell for the notifications so that you don't miss a single video. Let's get right into it. All right, so as I said, today we're going to show you a home here in the Palmetto Dunes area. This is actually off of one of my favorite streets called Brigantine, or Brigantine, I should say. Just mispronounced my favorite street, one of my favorite streets in here. But anyway, here in Palmetto Dunes, just come through the north gate and off a mooring buoy here. If you take a right on Brigantine here, and then a left, you can kind of get the lay of the land here and what all these streets look like. They've got like almost like a little T shape to them. So this is obviously the beach over here, and you see all these oceanfront properties right here. So second row, third row, fourth row, so on and so forth, as we said before. So anyway, but we'll show you real quick what this house looks like. So this house is actually listed at $3.4 million. It is 8-bedroom, 8 bath. So this is not uncommon to see, you know, a lot of homes that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bedrooms along the ocean here. Obviously, a lot of these could be used for rentals. Some of them started out as, you know, primary residences that were 2 or 3 or 4 bedroom homes, but significantly smaller here. But anyway, we're just going to kind of, you know, walk you through some of these pictures and talk a little bit, again, a little bit about the real estate here that's available. So, you know, when we talk about the different price points, you know, really it's getting more and more challenging to get anything below $450,000-$500,000, unless we're talking, of course, about condos where, you know, the HOA or the condo association fees are significantly higher. But this house listed at $3.4 million. In fact, let's go back real quick and just show you. So again, the stats here: 8 bed, 8 bath, 5,500 square feet, 0.35 acres. And you can see this one's been on the market now for a little while. Obviously not a ton of people in this price range, but there are, as the prices continue to skyrocket in Hilton Head, this is becoming more and more the exception, more and more the rule and less the exception. And so, you know, even just across the street here, you'll see properties going for $4, $5, $6 million when you're talking about oceanfront property. So anyway, we'll just skip ahead though. So again, you know, more modern construction here, obviously made a little more for the modern era, if you will, here. A great rental property though, and properties like this get anywhere from, you know, $8,000 to $12,000 to $20,000 a week when they're rented. So certainly, if you're thinking about this as an investment, this is not a bad place to start. And obviously, if you have $3.4 million to invest, you want a, you know, significant return here. But nice screened-in porch, beautiful kitchen. You can see tons of you know, toaster ovens and microwaves, double ovens, double coffee makers. Again, the little wine cooler here. This space is made up for a rental, I believe. So this is probably like the perfect candidate for a rental opportunity. But beautiful kitchen here. You see the windows up here above the screened-in porch where the roof is vaulted there. So, but a nice wide open space here. Great for entertaining, great for hosting. You know, what would probably sleep to like 18 to 20 people, give or take. Big laundry room there, nice big master as well, nice and bright, very neutral though. This is a little more dated than I'd like to see, to be honest with you, but you know, again, for a rental, you're looking for low maintenance, low cost of turnover, and obviously the location is really what you're buying into here. So I really like this space up here though, kind of like a second elevated living room here that you get to enjoy. And then of course this overlooks the first story here, and then this is probably your entryway over here, but you can see the ocean right over there. So great, great little views here. So yeah, this home over here is going to be your, oceanfront property that you would find there. So you do see some construction going on here as well. And actually, I believe this is the street, if I recall correctly, that Bill and Hillary Clinton used to live on, or had a house on. I shouldn't say live on, but they did have a rental house, a home that they would frequent, second home they would frequent. So anyway, but again, nice wide open space here. Tons of natural sunlight as a result of all these skylights here. So again, just trying to give you a general idea of what the home looks like. And again, at $3.5 million, basically, again, we're talking about a very, very small group of people that are, buying and selling these homes. But this really gives you a good sense of, kind of the higher end. We haven't really talked a whole lot about luxury living on the island here on the channel so far. So I figured we'd give you a little more sneak peek at what a property like this would look like. And again, whether you're looking at a primary residence or secondary home, or even investment property, this is exactly what these homes look like and exactly what people are doing with them. Obviously, you do have a ton of people that are still living here full time, that are here year round, right? And they may even have a second home somewhere else, but they spend 75% or more of their time here on Hilton Head. So nice big screened-in porch though, and you get a much better sense here. So here's the home, and here's the beach. So you can see again that home across the street there that's under construction, and then all your oceanfront homes. But just as a quick reference here, we'll show you. This is really cool to me. I love this. You get a much better view of all those skylights, but I mean, enormous home, obviously. So anyway, we do want to show you real quick though, across the street here, I believe there was another home. I believe it was this one, if I recall, that was actually listed at $5.6 million. And let me see if I can find this real quick for us, as long as we're taking a quick look. Okay, so this one is actually just one street over, but it's actually third row. So this one sold for about $2.1 million here in January of 2022. So again, this is a lot more common of what you kind of saw, for original property that was just a single level, where they've come through and renovated, I believe, most of this. So you can see here, third row, you're walking up to the little walk here. So all these little pathways in here are actually, beach access. So in between each one of these homes, you have access with a little boardwalk out to the actual beach itself. But the third row homes, generally the jump between a third row and a second row home, the budget can basically double. So again, you see where $2.1 million becomes 3.4, or even there's a couple other homes along Brigantine there that are actually $4.2 million. And then once you get to oceanfront, it jumps again 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10 million. So again, we hadn't really talked about this a whole lot on the channel. So I just want to kind of give you guys a little behind the scenes here on, what the actual properties look like, and what luxury kind of oceanfront living looks like as well. So that you can kind of get a better sense. Because again, a lot of these communities are gated. So, you don't always get total access unless, of course, you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. So additionally, I just wanted to show you another kind of oceanfront property that just sold in January of 2022 here as well, at $4.3 million. That is in fact oceanfront. So again, we talk about first row, second row, third row. The big difference, obviously location and proximity, but I mean the difference between first row and second row, as far as beach access goes, is 20, 30 yards at most. So anyway, this one though was just a couple streets over there from the first one that we saw. You can see they had it listed at 4.5. They eventually sold it for 4.3 million, but 6 bed, 6 bath. So a little bit smaller than, by about 1,000 square feet compared to that first one that we looked at. And I believe this is just a little bit older construction as well. Yeah, 93 there. So anyway, but again, when we talk about first row homes or first row living, this is kind of what you can expect. So obviously this beautiful vista of the Atlantic Ocean. Most of these homes at this point have pools in them, some combination. But again, this is a slightly older home, so that's probably why it's not getting into that $5 to $6, $7 million range. But I mean, you can see just beautiful, big, beautiful homes here, and obviously just absolutely perfect locations for for your, beach access and everything else. So anyway, but you can kind of get a good sense here. A little bit older again, not as well updated. Still a beautiful home though. And, this one would probably be more along your lines of, certainly you could rent this out if you wanted to. You could keep it as an investment property, but this is more likely, a primary residence or a secondary residence for someone, only being six beds and 6 baths. Certainly could be rental, but again, most likely a primary or secondary home for, say a large family. So anyway, not as updated as I'd like to see, but again, that's probably why they had to come down off of their original, price at 4.5 down to $4.3 million. But again, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the difference between first row, second row, and third row homes. Again, not just from a price point, but also from an age standpoint. Certainly the appeal of having oceanfront property is, there's a lot of scarcity around it. There's only so much beach here in Hilton Head, but again, this just gives you a really good sense of the age of the home, the size of the home, size of the bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff. And since this one was built a little bit a longer time ago, good grief, this one's going to have smaller bedrooms and smaller bathrooms just in general. Obviously, today's standard is significantly different than what was, popular in the 90s. But just look at this beautiful view here. You've got the Marriott down there, of course, all the bikes and tennis courts and everything else. This is actually a really good little slide here. So this is the Palmetto Dunes, tennis center, if you will. So it has the pickleball courts here, these little ones in the blue, and then you've got clay courts and hard courts all throughout here. But that's actually a really cool view. I should do some more drone stuff while I'm there next time. And then of course the golf course and everything else. So anyway, I hope that's helpful though. Hopefully you found some interest or value in that. We will try to do more of these where we show you different price points, what you can get for different, different areas around the island, but also hopefully you get a much better sense of, the feeling or the community within. And again, this is basically, impossible to do. Obviously, anyone can go to Zillow or Redfin or Realtor, but to have me kind of as your guide here and talking a little more again about first, second, third row homes, primary, secondary, investment properties, all that type of stuff, and kind of give you, my perspective on it as a professional in this industry. We get calls from people that are looking to move there permanently as a secondary home or even just to invest in Hilton Head. So as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, you can always just leave them down below, or you can also schedule a call, shoot me a text, an email at any point if you have a question about this home or any other home that you might see on Hilton Head. We are helping a ton of buyers, but we're also helping a ton of sellers. And if you're looking to get access to some off-market properties, this would obviously be a great way for you to do that as well. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful though. And if there's ever anything we can do for you, just let us know. Reach out anytime. We'd love to hop on a Zoom with you as well, talk to you about your future in Hilton Head, what that kind of looks like for you. Again, whether it's primary, secondary, or as an investment property. So hopefully you found this enjoyable, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for stopping by.